It's time again for another round of the Nomadik Enduro World Cross Country Series, brought to you by our generous sponsors. Today, we're out at Serendipity. It's gonna be a stinking hot day, but I think everyone is a little bit more trained up. They've definitely dusted themselves off and got more prepared as we go into round number 2. As you can see behind us, huge buy-in once again. Everyone is queued up, ready to get lined up and get going. It is gonna be a banger hot day. It's round number 2, Nomadik EWXCs. We are on for another killer. All right, Swanee, clean win from round number 1 just a month ago. We know you're in good nick. What does it look like for round number 2?
Yeah, it's quite a far drive here. The track looks really good and these events are always well run, so I'm looking forward to it.
It looks like it's going to be you and Swanee once again. Kenny's still out with a smashed up wrist,
Shame,
so the top 2 still going to run the numbers.
That's right, and we'll probably be banging bars the whole day, and we'll see who comes out on top.
It's going to be a great battle between Otto and I in the Masters class today. Let's see who comes out top.
Yeah, we're here at Serendipity. It's going to be a good race today. It's got some rain. The last round was at Arrow's Rest. It was very tough, so today should be good. Looking forward to it.
Riders walk the Motul start line and listen closely to Gary's riders briefing under the Nomadik tent, which gave every rider an idea of what was in store for them on the day. With newbies to the sport, this went very well. All eyes were on race number 1 winner Brett Swanepoel. Kenny G was out with an injury, but let's not write off Dwayne Kleinums, the former champion. He was definitely going to be on the pace. Also, Barn Erasmus, a massive threat for the overalls this year. Getting the second round of the Nomadik EWXC underway was Swanepoel starting first in the pro class. Kleinums in second, just 10 seconds apart. He was focused on closing the gap. The riders headed out into the 15-kilometer long track, which would take the leaders around about 38 minutes a lap to complete. Brett was making outstanding progress and building a lead early on in the E1 class. Not uncommon for the proudly Bidvest rider to drop the hammer hard from the gate. Kleinums in the opening lap was staying close, and he was bubbling with confidence coming off his first National Enduro win. Erasmus was there third and leading the E2 class, with Hein van Niekerk Jr. just behind him. We're on board now with Kirsten Lantman showing us the pace of what it was like in the Limpopo terrain. Stevie Carr would win the senior class with ease once again. Brett had the win in the bag by a long shot in the E1 200cc class, and Sean Kirk took the win over Otto Harlacher in the Masters. Erasmus took the win in the E2s, even though he lost half his bike in the process. A breakdown of the results looked like this. The E1, Swanepoel over Labuschagne and Drennan. Klopper just outside of the box in 4th. In the E2s, a hotly contested category, Erasmus won out ahead of van Niekerk Jr. Warren Barwell, solid in 3rd. In the Masters category, Kirk goes on to the top of the box for his first win of the season ahead of Harlacher and Blicknote. In the seniors, all about Stevie Carr. That's 2 wins in a row for him. Bergman in 2nd and Ivan Roux back to racing in 3rd. The club classes were eager to get going at 12:15, the height of the day, but not before the race organizer Gary Franks had briefed them. With everyone lined up, it was expected to be a packed course which would make for some exciting jostling for position. With the track well worn in by the pro categories, it made for some difficult rock sections, but it had cut up and rutted up nicely in the lowlands. Andre Besson in the high school class was staying consistent in the race, but would suffer clutch problems later in the day. The junior and green class had the most fun out of everybody, with the great support from the parents and spectators making it all possible. Steph Lorden taking a 2nd in the green class, and Tristan Monroe got a well-earned 4th in the juniors. By now on the main circuit, the club classes were finishing up. Barry Brown took the checkers, but on corrected time, took a 2nd place in the silver class. The rest of the field would make their way through the bush and back home to finish round 2 of the Nomadik EWXCs. Let's take a look at the results. Club category, massive turnout for this event. Garcia gets it over Geary and Masilo. In the silvers, all about TD Monroe charging from the back of the pack to take the win over Barry Brown and Vanderbank. In the pro minis, great result for Kyle Purchase getting it over the brothers, Joshua and Maddie in the 2 and 3. And in the high school class, great to see such a big turnout here. Vian Lahani on the Rudderman's Yamaha over Adriano Catalano. Green results for newbies, Jordan Cowley gets it over Steph Lorden and Donovan Labuschagne. In the juniors, on the mini track, Johan Lahani, a familiar name, wins out once again over Keegan O'Hara. Our riders received some great trophies once again thanks to the woodworker, and our overall top 3 pros walked away with some well-earned prize money thanks to Nomadik Tents. With round 2 of the series in the can, it was time to pack up and head home. A huge thanks goes out to all of our sponsors: Nomadik Stretch Tents, Motul Lubricants, Monster Energy, Mayfair Gearbox, Michelin Tires, The Woodworker, and all of our other sponsors.